He was born into chains, beaten until his legs shattered, sold like property 3 times over. His master broke his body and smiled doing it. But there was something his master could never reach, something no auction block, no iron shackle, no emperor's decree could ever touch. His mind was free, and that made him the most dangerous man in Rome. Epictetus was born around 50 AD in Hierapolis, a city in what is now Turkey. His name wasn't even a name. In Greek, Epictetus means simply acquired. He was property before he was a person. He was brought to Rome as a slave and assigned to Epictetus, a powerful freedman in the court of Emperor Nero, a man known for cruelty. One day, according to the ancient accounts, Epictetus decided to twist Epictetus's leg for sport. Epictetus said calmly, "You are going to break it." The master kept twisting. The leg snapped. Epictetus said, "Did I not tell you so?" No rage, no screaming, just clarity. That moment defines everything about the man who would become one of history's greatest philosophers. Epictetus was eventually freed, by his master's death or by grant, history isn't certain. He began studying philosophy in Rome under the Stoic teacher Musonius Rufus, and soon he was teaching himself. But Emperor Domitian feared philosophers. He viewed them as men who taught people to think for themselves, which made them dangerous. In 89 AD, Domitian banished all philosophers from Rome. Most fled in fear. Epictetus? He walked to Nicopolis in northwestern Greece and built a school. His entire philosophy rested on one unshakable distinction: what is up to us and what is not. Your body, not up to you. Your reputation, not yours. Your wealth, not yours. The weather, other people's opinions, whether you live or die, not yours. But your judgments, your desires, your will, entirely yours. And that, he said, is everything. He called this the dichotomy of control, and he didn't write a single word of it himself. His student Arian sat in the lectures, wrote everything down and compiled it into what we now call the Enchiridion, the handbook, a manual for being unbreakable. His school in Nicopolis became legendary. Students came from across the Roman world, senators' sons, soldiers, merchants, and among those who studied his ideas was a young man named Marcus Aurelius, who would become Emperor of Rome. The most powerful man in the world, shaped by the philosophy of a crippled former slave. Marcus wrote in his private journal, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." He was quoting Epictetus. The words of a man who was once property became the foundation of an emperor's inner life. Epictetus died around 135 AD. He owned almost nothing. He lived simply in a small hut with a straw mat and a clay lamp. He had no wealth, no title, no empire. But kings studied his words. Emperors memorized his teachings. He wrote nothing, yet his voice has survived 2,000 years. Because the only freedom that cannot be taken is the freedom of the mind. So let me ask you this: what is actually in your control right now? Because if you know that, if you truly understand it, then nothing outside of you can ever break you. Subscribe if you want to think differently.